I'm not breaking any news when I say that Charlie Kirk was a rather divisive figure in American politics. I think the discussion we've had thus far illustrates that. I don't agree with his ardent views on just about anything. I think his legacy is one of corroding our political discourse and weakening our democracy, both individually and through the organization that he founded. But I'm not speaking today to rehash all of the hateful rhetoric that he espoused throughout his career. That information is readily available and is already in the air to anyone who's interested in it. I'm here to talk about the lesson we can and should take away from his tragic death, something that was sadly missing from the resolution before us today. We had a chance to fix it. The majority declined to do so. And that is that political violence in all its forms must be rejected in no uncertain terms. And yet, this resolution fails to condemn political violence. Perhaps this resolution did not include a call to end political violence because we are living through a history where political violence is being perpetrated by the president and his inner circle and has become mainstream.
Senator, I need you to stick to the resolution.
I will. Because if we had condemned political violence, perhaps some folks would find they have a hard time explaining why it's okay for federal agents to put a judge in shackles and parade her around.
Senator, that's not the resolution. I need you to speak to the resolution that is before us.
I understand.
Which is Resolution 88, honoring the life and legacy of Charlie Kirk.
Madam President, you're proving the point that we do not want to talk about political violence right now.
Nope. The rules in front of the body is that we speak to what's in front of us. If you would like to offer up a different resolution, we'd be happy to hear that. But we have Senate
20 minutes ago proves the otherwise, Madam President, that you do not want to talk about
Senate Joint Resolution
violence.
88, and I need you to stick to that resolution.
One of the things that Charlie Kirk espoused and has been mentioned by other senators in this body was the First Amendment and the freedom of speech. I think if we are going to be talking about this resolution, I think it's worth noting the history that we are living through at this very moment. And frankly, Madam President, how Charlie Kirk's death has been used to go after political enemies, both real and perceived. This is a story from September 26th of a teacher. Cover story. Cindy Rayberg was in her office at Westside Elementary School helping a kindergartner who was having a hard day when she got a call from a number she didn't recognize. As soon as she answered, the person on the phone started yelling obscenities. Then the caller said, "How dare you post something like that?" Quoting, "I immediately just hung up because I thought, I'm not sure what this is about, but I know it's not anything good," Rayberg said in an interview with the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. She rushed to the front office to find out what was going on. All the phones were ringing nonstop. The secretary was frantically trying to lock down comments on the school's Facebook page. Hateful messages, including threats and calls for Rayberg to be fired, were pouring in. That's when she discovered Ryan Fournier, a right-wing influencer and national chairman of Students for Trump, had falsely accused her, the school's
Senator,
associate
I need
principals,
to interrupt you. This
of posting that
has
slain
got nothing
conservative
to do
activist
with the resolution
Charlie
in
Kirk.
front of us.
Charlie Kirk had posted that somebody had posted under her name, "Charlie Kirk deserves everything she got." He wrote, "Meet Cynthia Rayberg." Fournier wrote in the post. He attached her picture and a screenshot of her phone number and email address, as well as the address and phone number for the school. Fournier has since retracted his post, admitting he misidentified Rayberg, but in the meantime, the explosive claims spread within minutes. It was 2:45 p.m., almost the end of the school day on Friday, September 12th, when the angry calls started, more than one per minute, jamming the phone lines. By Sunday, the Elkhorn Area School District had gotten 800 voicemails, not including calls directly to the school. Some people also found cell phone numbers for Rayberg and her husband in voicemails and texts. They told her she deserved to be dragged behind a truck or shot. Most of the messages were filled with expletives. One text contained her home address and a single word, "Run." "It's crazy how much crazy there is out there," she said. They reached out to the original person but never heard back. It took 2 days for him to retract the
Senator
statements.
Larson, you are out of order. You are reading out of a paper about someone else, and you are not adhering to the resolution. I am calling you out of order.
Madam President,
The question before the body is adoption of Senate Joint Resolution
if we are gonna-
88.
Yes.
A
If we are,
roll senator from the 3rd. Senator, Senator, you are out of order. When you are reading out of a newspaper, shut off his mic.
if we are not making that violence now, when are we going to do it? You are embarrassing yourself, Madam President.
That is, Senator from the 9th, for what purpose do you rise?
This is a resident of our state who is targeted. If you are going to talk about freedom of speech,
Senator from the 9th, for what purpose do you rise?
Madam President, I move that the Senate vote immediately on the current question.
The question before the body is adoption of Senate Joint Resolution of 88.